Hey everyone, and welcome back. If you are new or haven't seen the past episodes of this series, please pause the video and go back and check out the earlier videos of this fanfiction. It's no fun jumping right into this series without knowing what's going on. Well, with that said, let's continue with Chapter 5 of the Celestial Veil. Chapter 5, The Darkest Edifice. No, no more. This isn't what I wanted, Kristoff says with a meek voice in his personal room at the top of the battle tower. He covers his ears and shakes his head and squeezes, trying to silence whatever torments him. He looks over at the desk at the pale leather book resting there. He recoils and turns his back to it.
Don't turn your back on me, boy.
A horrible voice rings out from all around. Kristoff flinches. Please, we need to stop this. I didn't even want this to go on this far. It's wrong what you're doing.
You wished for it. I delivered.
I just wanted to be strong, wanted to help my home.
This is what your home wants. You wished for this, and I always follow through.
The voice is almost mocking now. The young brain of the battle tower clenches his fist and yells at the book. You manipulated me and this island. I should wish you gone and be done with your madness. The dark voice laughs.
Try it, child, and I will burn you alive.
Just as Kristoff is about to lash out and argue with thin air, a knock comes from the door. He turns around and looks at the door as if it was speaking too. He snaps out of this and composes himself, and he opens the door to his assistant. Sir, your 11 o'clock appointment is here. The GPA agent. Shall I send them up? She says with a very professional tone. No. I'll go down and meet him. He says, glancing back at the book. The air has become cold in his room of the battle tower, and he is happy to leave it and the book behind him. The young battle brain descends the tall tower and meets with the man who everyone on the island has been clamoring on about. Dante looks at the one known as Kristoff and is terribly disappointed. From everything he has been hearing, he was expecting someone more, and older. This brain of the battle tower can't even be 20 years old. Kristoff offers his hand and Dante shakes it with a hard squeeze and gets the introductions out of the way. So you're the mythical battle brain who made this island great again, Dante says mockingly. I just wanted to make my family and friends happy, Agent Lark. Building that tower helped with that goal. Kristoff's voice is quiet. He tries to sound so professional to hide his age. And are you aware that multiple young trainers that have challenged your tower have gone missing? Dante doesn't even wait to get into playing hardball. Kristoff nods. I've heard those rumors, yes, but none of that is true. I personally see everyone who beats me off this island. Dante can hear the tell in the boy's voice. He knows he is lying and he's terrible at it. What if I told you I knew you were lying? That I know for a fact that you have something to do with the 6 missing children. What would you do? Dante asks, his voice threatening. Kristoff pales and steps back. He composes himself. Agent Lark, I had nothing to do with the missing trainers. Now, I will help in this investigation in any way that I can, but I will not stay here and take this from nothing more than a bully. If you're going to further spread these rumors, then our business here is concluded. But if you cease this nonsense, then I will do everything in my power to help you. Dante looks down at the youth. He is impressed with the gall and confidence he has, but he knows that this kid is hiding something. Dante thanks him for his cooperation and lets him know he will be in contact with him. With Kristoff going back into his tall tower, Dante leaves and walks down the cobble road that cuts through the town of Fogoth. He is no closer to solving this case than he was when he first got here. He feels like he's being given the runaround on this island, that he's been chasing wind and only finding madness. The polka gear in Dante's pocket begins ringing and vibrating, and he answers it to hear the voice of his father. Hey Dad, did you get a chance to check that stuff out? Dante asks, his spirits slightly picked up. That is why I'm calling. Can we talk face to face? His father asks. Dante can hear something strange in his voice. He's erratic, like something spooked him. Yeah, Dad, just let me get back to my room. He stays on the phone with his father until he is in his room and on his personal computer. Dante is shocked to see the state of his father. It's been a few months since he last saw him. A gray beard covers his face and horrible dark circles hang under his eyes. Oh, son, it's so good to see you again, Norman Lark says, smiling through his ragged beard. Dad, Dante says with pity. What happened to you? You look like you've gone on a bender. Norman laughs and scratches at his face. I know, I've been busy. I discovered something, and it's linked with what you found. Those ruins, they're Varian. He says as if Dante should know what that means. With the blank expression Norman gets, he explains what Varian is. Or rather were. Norman proceeds to explain the pseudo-history about an ancient race of humanoid-like Pokemon that ruled before the time of man. Some even believe that the human race came from the Varians, as in humans evolved from them as Butterfree would evolve from a Monopod. This ancient race disappeared almost overnight with no traces of their race ever to be found, until recent time that is. Norman lost everything pursuing this looked down upon subject. His job, his wife, his family, and now it even looks like he lost his sanity. Those ruins on that island, they're Varian. Similar ruins have been found in remote parts of the world, in the Ore region and the Savia Islands. There are even rumors of one being in the unnamed region in the Antarctic. Norman goes on speaking like a madman. Dante watches his father with a broken heart. This isn't his father. This is just an empty shell of that man. Dante watches the screen as his father shows him drawings and old photos taken by people just like Norman, famed scientists, historians, and anthropologists that went mad looking for ghosts. Out of everything I've seen, these are the only ones I've been able to translate. That catches Dante's attention. You can actually read that Torchic scratch? Yes, it took me a while to translate it, but yes, I can read it. It says, "Under here, sealed in stone in a lamented slumber, rests the gatekeeper, the great one to lead the way between paradise and Terra. Long shall he sleep until the Harbinger awakens him with virgin blood." It's fascinating, really. You see, the Vorians were the first to worship Pokemon as gods, but some were more like culturally. They worshipped Ultra Beasts, Dante says with a pale horror to his face. Essentially, yes, though they called them Prodeos. Dad, I need to go. I think you just broke this case wide open for me. Norman smiles. The knowledge his crazy beliefs proved useful is all he needs to make him feel alive. Dante jumps into action and rushes through the city. Both purpose and anger fill him. He's been lied to for too long. Everything makes sense to him now. There was one thing all the missing had in common that he could not see. Virgin blood. He bursts into the pub and finds Phillips in his normal spot. He storms over to his table and sits. The old man looks at Dante. He can see he has a few drinks in him already, but there is no time to be gentle. What the hell is the gatekeeper, Phillips? And the Harbinger, too. What the hell haven't you been telling me? Dante says quietly, but the rage in his voice is clear. You've been busy, young'un. I've been telling you what you need to know. There are some things better left buried. God damn it, old man. There are 6 kids being bled out for your Ultra Beast god. Philip sighs and tells Dante to follow him back to his place and he'll explain everything. The little shack is cold and Phillips goes to work stoking the potbelly stove in the center of the kitchen. The gatekeeper, the old man sighs. You were right. There is an ancient Ultra Beast here on this island. It's dead and poses no threat. But the people who worship it think it can be brought back. They can't do it, though. Only a Harbinger can. My family has been on this island for generations to prevent that from happening. You think Kristoff is this Harbinger? Dante asks. Phillips nods. Since he built that tower, everything changed. The people have gotten more zealous in trying to wake it up. That's why I made the call to your agency. I can't do this alone. Dante just sits there with his mouth hanging open. The blood of virgins, he whispers. I met Kristoff this morning. Besides being a bit of a pushover, he doesn't seem like the kind of person that would kill kids. I was told the Harbinger was a body with 2 inhabitants. The facade he shows to the world and their true self that speaks with the beast. Dante sighs. Balls. So how the hell do we stop this? Philip shrugs. That's why I called you. We need backup. Phillips laughs. What are you going to do? Storm the island with an army? If I have to, Dante says coldly and stands to his feet. It's about time I reported to my boss. He might have an idea on how to handle this. He shakes his head. I miss the days when the worst thing I ever had to face was a madman with a god complex and an airship. Dante leaves Phillips' shacks and gets back on his poker gear. He calls Looker and explains everything to him. We need that UB task force here on Craft Island. This thing, if awakened, may be worse than Glutton. Looker sighs over the phone and Dante can hear him throw something across his office. I'll work on getting you back up, try to get the UB task force for this one, but you have something more problematic coming your way. Just as Dante is about to question that, the loud horn of a cruise ship blares announcing its arrival. The ship is large and lavish, a luxury cruise from Alola. People are rushing in the docks, both townfolk and tourists alike. He catches some of their ravings, talk of an unbeatable trainer making their way through all the battle facilities of the world. A famous trainer who already beat all the known leagues. She walked through the battle tree with just a Garchomp, he hears one of the young trainers say as runs by. Dante's heart races and he closes his Pokegear as Looker tries to get Dante back on the line. He walks towards the docks like a man with no control over his body. The world begins to swirl and lightheadedness follows. He looks up praying to all the gods, listening that he is wrong about who this is. But his world comes crashing down on him when he sees Violet Oak waving to the amassed crowds on the docks. She blows kisses and waves to everyone screaming her name. She freezes in place when she spots Dante there, and time stands still. And that will be it for this chapter. Going to be honest, this had been my most favorite chapter to write and act out so far. It has everything I wanted this short story to be. And I know a certain someone has been wanting Violet back, and now she's here. I really hope you enjoyed this. I take great pride in my writing and I love doing it for you guys. I always appreciate all feedback, both negative and positive, so leave your thoughts in the comments in the story below. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like and share it around. It helps me grow as a channel and I really appreciate it. Follow me on Twitter to know when all my videos go live, as well as when I might be doing something special. The link to my Twitter is in the description below and on the front page of my channel. And, as always, this has been Black Phoenix. Thanks for watching, everyone.